Good morning, Johnny, who is, of course, on line 3, not on line 4. Morning, Johnny.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for joining us on the programme, Johnny. So, well-intended are, I suppose, all of us, but it's not easy to take on these little challenges. You think we should develop healthy habits?
Yeah. I mean, habits are obviously a focus every January. You know, we have these New Year's resolutions, but some of us maybe go a little bit too grand with our life-changing aspirations, maybe, and we find them difficult to sustain, to manage. But I recommend just maybe at the start of every week thinking, like, how can I spend this week being a little bit more healthy? And if you read any of the books that are out there about habits, they talk about habit stacking and doing one action that can start to create a snowball effect, which leads to other good habits and other good behaviors, and you start to grow your habits and develop several good behaviors, one on top of the other. So that's the way. Little things and recognize that any little thing that's positive towards looking after yourself is a good thing.
So something as simple as drinking water instead of sugary drinks.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have a look at my blog on my website, I'm suggesting that the first action that we should all be thinking about at the start of the year is to make this a year where we drink a little bit more water. And water's, we're 70% water, and it's a vital function. If there was one essential habit that you should concentrate on, this is it.
Now, people will be looking out their window and they're seeing the sunshine and it's a cold day, and they'll be thinking, I don't want to drink water. I'm more than happy to have hot chocolate or indeed a good beefy coffee. Is the consumption of water straight from the tap, drinking it out of a glass, something that is good for our health day in, day out? And how many glasses of water should we drink?
Okay, so there's a guide. The UK have a guide called Eat Well, and they suggest that we should all be aiming for 6 to 8 glasses of water and a day. So that equates to 1.2 to 1.5 liters per day, and that can not only just be water. They would recommend lower fat milk, sugar-free drinks, and tea and coffee are also included. But I wouldn't recommend anyone drink 1.5 liters of coffee, by the way.
No, I think you'd be a bit hyper. But if you drink 8 glasses of water a day, would you not be spending quite a lot of time going back and forward to the bathroom?
Well, some of us do and some of us don't. We all seem to have like a little differences there. So that's why it's given a bit of a range. It's recommended that we kind of drink little and often, as opposed to great amounts, interspersed, 2 or 3 times a day. So let's, try and get into that habit of always having water close to you, or getting familiar with kind of owning a water bottle. This is the tiny habit that I suggested in the beginning, is the first thing you do in your day, fill up your water bottle, or have a glass before you start eating your breakfast, to get 1 or 2 of those glasses, get your day off to a good start, and then maybe having a glass of water before you eat your meal, which has been a good tactic for people who want to sort of eat less and maybe are on a bit of a weight loss mission. And then of course, drinking water, there's no calories there, so it's lots of nutritionists and dietitians would try and recommend a good weight loss tactic is don't drink your calories.
Yeah, and sometimes you suggest filtered water as opposed to straight from the tap, don't you?
Yeah, so our tap water reaches us obviously through a system of gathering water from our environment, and obviously then it's processed and cleaned and made safe, and it arrives into our kitchen taps. But we could question, depending on where we live in the country, we could question how good is that water for us? What might it still contain? What's in the pipes that's bringing it to our kitchen? And there's no way that we can eliminate everything and have pure water coming through our our taps. Now, it's perfectly safe to drink. In the UK, we've got some of the best and safest water in the world, and we've got fabulous organisations that take care of us to do that, and they have millions of tests done on our drinking water. But a simple way to enhance it is to have a drink filtered water. So we can have filtered jugs. You can have a filter system that attaches to your tap, which you fill up, and it's a container that you can drink from. And it lasts. It can be up to 25 liters, so it can last a good long while. Then we have under sink filtration systems, which is something that we have in our home, and you have then the ability to get your filtered water directly from your tap. And drinking filtered water is just better for you.
So the important thing is that you're drinking your water anyway, whether you've the benefit of it being filtered or not is another additional option. But there's no problem at all with drinking the water that comes from the tap here in Northern Ireland. It is recommended. It's much better for the environment to be drinking that than to be drinking bottled water. Although, and you make a point about if you've got the reusable beaker that a lot of people have. A lot of the trendies have it, don't they? They always carry it about with them. They have it in their rucksack. And it's a very, I suppose, modern thing to have a beaker of water with you at all times, as you've suggested. So we're cleaning our system by taking plenty of water. What's the health benefit of it?
Oh, well, I mean, lots of physical benefits, but I think the thing that we should probably concentrate on today, having had Blue Monday behind us yesterday, is the mental benefits it gives us. It takes very little for us to become dehydrated, and then that can have an impact on how we think and how we feel and our moods and so on. So water is very strongly linked with our moods and with our mental health. So that's a perfect reason on its own. Just on your bottled water factor, we should get into more of a habit around carrying our own water containers. We see the damage being done in the world with the amount of plastics that are being disposed, and I've heard this horrifying fact the other day, which was every single toothbrush that has ever been made still exists somewhere on this planet. They're going to take 300 years or so before they start to decompose. So I think if we're more conscious about our use of single-use plastics and using our plastic as a container, I would try and encourage people to get into a habit of, bring your own coffee cup, your own portable coffee cup to the coffee shop, or bring your reusable trendy water bottle as you're suggesting that with you. Make it part of your your backpack. Make it part of what you bring out and about when you're going out, see people or go places.
Yeah, it seems like a sensible thing to do. We're thinking about the environment. We're thinking about our health and well-being and a healthy habit. The first of these from Dr. Johnny Bloomfield here on the U105 phone-in. Drink more water. But just one final and brief point, Johnny, you made about the toothbrushes. I need to check this with the dentist, but is a way of beating that to put your toothpaste on your finger? Many's a time you're in a hurry and you wash your teeth with your finger. But I suppose that it's the country boy coming out of me, isn't it?
How much of a hurry are you at night to get into bed? We can talk about that another day.
What the many uses of your fingers. So we could do that next week. Johnny, thanks for coming on the programme. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Dr. Johnny Bloomfield letting us know that every toothbrush ever made is still there somewhere, buried in landfill, most of them. So what other ways could you wash your teeth? I've made my suggestion. You can make your